Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Sylvan Sport Dine-O-Max folding galley. This thing is actually pretty cool. It's also pretty big, so take that into consideration depending on your setup. If this makes sense for you, if you're more of a base camper or you have like a trailer or something like that, this may be a good option. But again, I'm going to open this thing up, I'm going to set it up, I'm going to show you all the features of the Dine-O-Max galley, so that you can make a decision on whether it's a good fit for you. So if you want to learn more about the Sylvan Sport Dine-O-Max galley, stay tuned.
Where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so I'm gonna open this thing up for you. One thing that I like just right away is the bag is super heavy duty. It's got some heavy duty stitching on it. This handle has the sort of the Velcro style thing, so it will keep your two straps together when you need them to be together. There is a Velcro cover on the top here that covers up your zippers, and also I assume keeps rain and stuff out if there would be any water coming in. So as you can see, once you undo the bag is actually sort of part of the unit, which I really like, because then you don't have to mess with storing the bag or anything like that. And then what you do is you sort of pull the bottom of the galley down and get these legs to snap into place here like that. And do the same on the other side. And you've got a galley. So it's actually really easy to set up. So you grab these little arms out of the elastic over here, and those will sort of support the back of it. But this is actually the bag itself being used as part of the table. So before you attach this back arm support though, you can fold out this whole side table. Fold down the legs, and you've got another whole work area over here. So then after you fold that out, then you can grab this little aluminum post support and attach that. Attach one on the other side, and it just fits right in there. Oh, there we go. That's fancy.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at it? So then you got a little sink action there. Got a little cutting board action. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's all set up now. It's actually relatively straightforward, and I like how easy it is to just kind of pull the bottom out, and I love the fact that the bag is part of the whole setup, because then I don't have to mess with finding a place to store this giant bag, right? So it just becomes sort of the back of it. So again, if you were gonna do like some sort of base camp style camp trip, if you go to a state park and you spend a few days in one designated spot, this would be awesome to have at camp for cooking things. It gives you a ton of workspace. As you can see, it comes with a couple of sort of cutting boards that you can move around. You can pick them up, take them, you know, use them to serve your food. There's a sink over here, so you could use that to wash your dishes. The stove protector over there, the kind of wind guard, goes in this back piece here, but then when that's out, obviously you could use this to store other stuff or put your utensils up in there. And then it's just got a ton of additional storage for like utensils and things like that up through here. It does have a paper towel holder on the front here too, so that's kind of handy just to have that right where you need it. And then you get these sort of cupboards, is what I would call them, down here. So these are zippable, so if you wanted to put your bread or your dried goods in there, you've got shelves and stuff. There's also another 2 cutting boards on that side, just like these, so you get tons of workable surface space to use for preparing food. Same thing over here. Again, you've got another shelf. It's zippable, so you can make this taller if you need more room for taller stuff. But there's just tons of room in here to use all kinds of stuff for storage, which is really cool. And I also love the fact that you've got sort of your main workstation here and then like a stove area over here. So it gives you a ton of room to cook whatever you need to. This over here, I figured out too, is a trash bag holder. So if you had a trash bag, you can just kind of fold it out around the edges of that, and then that's where you can put your trash. So it's kind of an all-in-one galley unit. All right, so I just wanted to put a quick wrap up on the Sylvan Sport Dine-O-Max Galley. As you saw there, got it all set up. That was actually the first time that I'd set this up. That was a couple months ago. So I've been using this thing on the last few trips that I've taken. And the more that I use it, the more that I like this thing. I'll tell you why. So I am a truck camper. I have a pickup truck with a tailgate. And that tailgate has served mostly as my workspace whenever I'm cooking. So once you get stuff out of the drawers, so I have drawers that come out of the back of the truck, and I set up my stove on the tailgate, if I need to get back into those drawers, it's in the way. And I have to move stuff constantly, and it's attached to propane, and you got to move your cord and your hose and all this stuff out of the way. And it's a pain. So having this Sylvan Sport, even though it's a big unit, it fits nicely in the back of the bed of my truck. I can pop it out, set it up beside the bed of my truck, and then I have a ton of workspace. And with those cutting boards, you have room to like pick up food and move it around to make more space. I can move it to my tailgate, but then if I need to move it back over, I can just pick up the whole cutting board thing with all my food on it and move it over. So it gives you a ton of flexibility. So again, there is a size constraint that you need to think about. If you don't have a ton of room, this may not be as good of an option as it would for other people that have more room. But if you have something like a trailer, or if you go to a state park a lot, or you go to someplace where you kind of base camp and you are in one spot for a little bit of time, this thing is amazing and definitely beats out like just a normal folding table, right? Now it is a little bit on the pricey side, so you got to be willing to fork out the cash for this, but it's kind of a buy once, cry once thing, right? Where if you're going to do a lot of cooking, if you're planning to bring a lot of food, if you've got a larger family, having something like this with like the zippable cupboards with all the extra storage and stuff, again, if you're going to be in one place for a while, this would be amazing. So anyways, just wanted to add those sort of thoughts to the end here of that initial sort of setup. It was amazingly easy to set up too, and I like how everything just is part of the bag, how it all just becomes this galley magically almost out of this bag that you get. So again, if you have any questions or anything, post up in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer them. There's a link in the description down below to the unit. So if you're looking for something like this, click through that to get to it. And again, look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments, and we'll see you next time.